The Israeli government and their allies in the West are again banging the drum for military strikes on Iran. With the imminent release of a UN International Atomic Energy Agency report expected to confirm Iran is attempting to build a nuclear bomb, it has to be asked, who can blame them? It must be noted that Iran has repeatedly denied it wants to build nuclear weapons. They have consistently said that they want to enrich uranium for use in domestic power generation. As signatories to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, Iran is entitled under international law to build power reactors and fuel them. Israel, on the other hand, has never signed the treaty, operating a policy of deliberate ambiguity regarding its nukes. The expected conclusion of the IAEA's report is even in conflict with the agency's own earlier assessments. Just 3 years ago, the agency's head Mohammed El-Baradei stated that they do not have even the nuclear material, the raw unenriched uranium, to develop one nuclear weapon if they decide to do so. The following year, El-Baradei was replaced as head of the IAEA, presumably because his stance conflicted with Israel's plans for military action against Iran. Even if Iran is trying to develop nuclear weapons, can we really blame them? Israel is estimated to have hundreds of nukes, whilst collectively the Anglo-American-Israeli alliance controls thousands. We do not know exactly how many Israel has, due to their aforementioned policy of nuclear ambiguity. If Iran were to develop a nuclear weapon, it's incredibly unlikely they would use it. Any use of a nuke against Israel, the US, or their allies would result in Iran being quite literally wiped off the map. Ahmadinejad's purported threat to wipe Israel off the map is often cited as evidence of Iran's determination to militarily annihilate Israel. It's also a mistranslation, as he did not remotely threaten Israel with obliteration. This mistranslation is widely cited by Western leaders and the media in order to demonize and isolate Iran, even though such thoroughly mainstream sources as Wikipedia contain evidence debunking it. Following the illegal invasion of Iraq, and more recently Libya, it's perfectly understandable that Iran would want to develop a nuclear deterrent. Iraq was known to have dismantled its WMD program, and yet the West still attacked, fabricating its possession of weapons to justify the invasion and occupation. Iran has every reason to fear they are being similarly propagandized against as the prelude to such an attack, regardless of whether they are developing nuclear weapons or not. If Iran is pursuing a nuclear weapons program, the recent invasion of Libya surely provides them with even greater impetus to do so. Gaddafi halted his nuclear program and surrendered weapons in 2004. 7 years later, and a contrived war has seen sovereign Libya pulverized into submission by the Western war machine, with Gaddafi personally targeted for execution. If Gaddafi hadn't agreed to stop his nuclear program, recent events might never have happened. The main lesson of the last decade has been that you're damned if you do pursue nukes and damned if you don't, but the chances of deterring an Anglo-American-Israeli invasion appear higher if you do.